It's been a bit longer than I would have wanted, but I'm finally getting around to talking about MTrackAlign. Because I own Melda Production's mixing effects bundle, they gave me this plugin for free. I think that's honestly kind of incredible. This plugin does the same thing as VocAlign at a slightly lower cost. We'll come back to the pricing comparison after the demonstration. Actually, today I had another singer over to record some stuff for this track right here. Honestly, we put a lot of care into this, so I don't know if it needs something like MTrackAlign on it in the first place. Let's see what it does on this track, and then we'll also make an example where I purposefully kind of try a bit less hard. I need you so. Sounds pretty tight, but let's see what MTrackAlign does for us here. Let's add it as an event effect, as it's ARA, that makes more sense. Okay, I think what you actually do is you select all the events you want to align together, and then you add the effect to all the events at the same time. That works. Now we have a window right here with ARA, everything's already nicely lined up. I would love to be able to zoom a bit closer here, vertically. Ooh. Can zoom horizontally, but I can't zoom vertically. This lead vocal is honestly not the tightest one, so maybe let's use track 2 as the guide, and then align. Processing. Let's see how that sounds. Open the door. I need you so. What if we reset it? Open the door. And align. Open the door. We have some advanced settings here, like a maximum offset, silence threshold. I don't think you'll need this really. So it is a very bare bones basic plugin we have right here. Just have one button and a slack control to not make it too tight. What about this section? This might be a bit more challenging for the plugin, as not all vocals are singing the exact same rhythms. Let's see what happens. Again, I would love to be able to zoom out a bit more vertically. Let's align this. I've been spending so much time. I try to get it right. Open the door. Open the door. Yeah, it's not too bad. You can see right here, it's doing a lot with the endings because this note is ending sooner than most of the other ones. And it sounds a bit abrupt. And here it pulled forward this note too much. And also it would be really nice, since this is ARA, if there was a locator bar in here, so I could click up here and it would jump to the appropriate section. Yeah. Oh, now it's following another track. Now it's following the one down here. That's not what I wanted. I want it to ignore this one. If you click on an event, it automatically starts following that event. And you can see right here we have many different events overlapping and cut off and stuff, which is honestly a bit weird because it's not what's happening in the DAW, right? But you can select for different sections, I guess, which event we're following. Now we're following vocal 13 for this section, vocal 15 for this later section. I see these events are longer than this one, so it cuts here. So you can select which track it follows. That makes sense. And then this track is a bit shorter than this orange track. That's why we have this little section right here where they overlap. But as I suspected, the vocals on this track are maybe a bit too tight for something like this to make a huge difference. So let's mock up a quick different example. Get this loop. Okay, let's go. Can never get enough of you. Can never get enough. Can never get enough of you. Can never get enough. Okay, now we got 4 layers that's supposed to sing the same rhythm. Can never get enough of you. Can never get enough. Can never get enough of you. Can never get enough. Yeah, you got a little bit of this gang vocal sound now. Let's actually give it a little bit of panning so we can better distinguish the different vocal takes. And now let's take MTrackAlign. Boom. Can never get enough of you. Can never get enough. Can never get enough of you. Oh, oh. Can never get enough. Okay. Can never get enough bypass of you. Can never get enough. Enabled. Can never get enough of you. Let's give it a little bit of slack. Can never get enough of you. Can never get enough. Now if you put a pitch correction on this as well. Can never get enough of you. Oh, oh. Can never get enough. Can never get enough of you. Can never get enough of you. Can never get enough of you. Can never get enough. Can never get enough of you. Oh, oh. Can never get enough. And before I leave you, let me mention my Discord group that I started. I hope we can grow a nice community there. Feel free to ask me any questions about plugins there, or I'd also love to give some of you guys feedback on songs. This might even become a video series here on my channel that I would like to do. You send me songs on Discord and I'm going to critique them in a video. For now, I don't want to promise a video, but I can definitely promise you if you're going to send me a song on Discord, I'm going to give you feedback on it. So if you want really tight vocal tracks, MTrackAlign is definitely a good option to get that. It is definitely on the cheaper end at $79 compared to the competition. I'm thinking of VocAlign, which is around $200, Waves Sync VX, which I think you can usually get for $100. So at $80, MTrackAlign is definitely cheaper, but it is not a lot cheaper, especially compared to Sync VX. And just from looking at this UI right here, I think Sync VX is allowed to be more expensive. It has solo, mute, and I think you can get different settings for different tracks. It even does pitch, I think, which MTrackAlign doesn't do. So it is not as complete of a package as the competition, and it is slightly cheaper. Personally, I think if I would buy a plugin that does this, I would go with Sync VX, just from the website here, because it's a comparable price and seems quite a lot more polished, a lot more finished. The good thing about Melda Production is, though, you get free updates for life. So over the course of a whole lifetime, these $80 are definitely going to go a lot further than with Waves, for example, or even with VocAlign. You're seeing it in my example. I bought the Mixing Effects bundle on a sale, and I got this plugin for completely free, as it was later on added to this bundle that I bought. And I mostly wanted to showcase this plugin to say thank you to Melda for being a cool company that just gives you stuff for free, that gives you updates for free for life. I also wanted to take the opportunity to just test out this plugin, if it could be worth using in my workflow at times. I think it is, and I think now that I have this one, I definitely don't need to run out and buy another plugin like it. But Melda, if any of you are watching this, maybe you can take some ideas out of this video to improve the plugin. In Studio One, it would of course be cool if you had visual integration, repitch here, for example. They opened a separate window, which is a lot nicer to work with than with the floating window. Now you have a locator bar that is synced, vertical zooming, maybe soloing as well, a slack control per vocal channel instead of a global one. Yeah, I think there's still many ways to improve this plugin, but it is cool to have it in the bundle. That's it for me. Thanks for watching and see you again soon. Bye.